Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. In the last episode, we found our way to the most serene mausoleum, and I think we shall take a look around. The soaring sepulchral heart of the most serene mausoleum, constructed over the cooling embers of Albion's murdered sun. The mausoleum was built to house London's most glorious dead. Let's have a look around Kensington Station. Kensington Station is tucked into a side chapel. An elderly footman is lighting candles while waiting to guide visitors into the mausoleum proper. Well, let's be escorted inside. The footman watches you alight from your engine. He coughs meaningfully. Lighting a fresh taper, which he carries in a silver holder, the footman leads you through a narrow arch and down a winding spiral stair. You can hear weeping close by, but the echoes make it hard to discern the source. Soon after, you hear a sharp burst of laughter and music. Occasionally, you can make out the rumble of what the footman confirms to be the London Necropolis Railroad. Far below. At the very bottom is an oak-panelled door. The footman unlocks the door, bows, and departs. The footman disappears into the gloom, leaving you alone, facing a desk shaped like a baptismal font. A cheery registrar sits in the middle, waiting to greet you. Well, let's introduce ourselves. There are protocols that must be followed in the mausoleum. She has you fill out a form indicating your profession, age, usage of hours, and to confirm your legal status as alive. The Prince's Consort's tomb is exceedingly popular. To prevent congestion, donations are requested. The greater the donation, the longer you'll be allowed to gaze upon the sepulchre. If one is fortunate enough to garner the attention of one of the deathless, one must be respectful and only speak when spoken to. It does not do for the living to linger long among the dead. She files away your form into an excessively large black cabinet. Soft laughter comes from a side altar. The ruffle of silk, a sudden giggle, the clatter of a falling reliquary. Visitors to the most serene mausoleum are ushered into the nave, a vast, soaring vault above the heart of the mausoleum. Here, guests to the mausoleum may visit the tomb of the Prince Consort, arrange for the burial of their own dead in the catacombs, or merely enjoy the solemn environs of the Empress's monument to her departed love. Well, let's start off by writing a port report. The most serene mausoleum is, if not the heart of Her Renewed Majesty's domain, at least its pulmonary valve. The most serene mausoleum endures. The catacombs grow as the necropolis line brings more bodies for burial. Traders bring fresh hours into the mausoleum, endowments from the Empress for the deathless interred in their vaults. Plans are in motion to add a new chapel to the nave, while the deathless petition for a new, separate station for the exclusive use of their servants. Death has never been so much in motion. Okay, so there's a few options here. We can visit the memorial to the Prince Consort. We can approach the deathless. We can inter a member of our crew. We can contemplate the dead sun. We can arrange a meeting with the retired devil. We don't have that yet. We need more academe for that. Let's visit the memorial to the Prince Consort and see where it takes us. The most dearly beloved corpse in all of Albion. The most serene mausoleum was built to commemorate Her Renewed Majesty's dead love. His tomb is the heart of the mausoleum. The vaults, chapels, mourners and courtiers, all arteries and capillaries to his memory. To visit the tomb, one must speak. the cheery register. Now, we can join the reverent crowds at the Prince Consort's tomb. We can spend 3 sovereigns to lower our terror, huh? We can deliver an uncanny specimen to get access to the upper gallery. The cheery register will accept diverse meats in lieu of monetary donations. It is customary to leave offerings at the tomb, which are cleared away the next day. So we could use 3 uncanny specimens to lower a moderate amount of terror. We can donate souls for a private viewing of the tomb. There need to be a selection of immaculate souls. A donation of suitably august souls will get you a private viewing. Well, let's start with the cheap option here, see how much it reduces our terror. We're at 18%. A few sovereigns will buy you a few minutes at the sepulchre. The cheery register marks your name in the account book before summoning a footman to guide you to the tomb. The tomb is sunk into a round chapel behind the choir. An effigy of the Prince Consort rests on top. His long hands are folded in prayer. 4 sculpted seraphim support him, as though about to lift him up in flight. Crowds of visitors in mourning jostle for a better position. A lady in an inconceivable hat shoves her way to the front. You are afforded a brief glimpse of the prince's haunted marble face before you are ushered away. 1%, huh? I mean, it was only 3 echoes, I suppose. Okay, and we can do it multiple times if we are desperate to lower our terror, I suppose. Let's approach the Deathless. Her renewed Majesty's most highly favoured courtiers prefer the upper climbs of the nave, away from excitable members of the public. Let's go pester them. The most serene mausoleum houses more than just the Prince Consort. Under its soaring spires, the Empress keeps her most favoured courtiers. These lucky few are provided with every luxury they might wish, and a generous stipend of hours. The only condition of this bounty is that they are dead. A legality only. They cannot possess property, nor hold political office as a result. They are the Deathless. Occasionally they deign to appear to visitors. Shall we see if we can pass this check? Speak with the macabre counsellor. She is a former lady of the bedchamber, and governess to at least some of her renewed Majesty's children. Morality is a preoccupation of hers. 44% chance. Oh wow. Counsellor advances through the nave like an old spider trespassing on a rival's web. Her dark eyes dart, and her fingers curl and twitch. She notices your gaze and approaches lazily. A footman moves to intercept, but she holds up a hand. He pales and retreats. She begins by quoting Keats at you. Ode to the Nightingale. She surmises you've encountered death in the skies, known its easeful touch on your cheek. She proceeds thusly for some minutes, lingering on each crewman fallen, each cold burial in the dark, and then she smiles suddenly and bids you a pleasant day. Banners bearing crossed keys are being raised all over the mausoleum. The luminous cardinal is staging a miracle play. You have encountered one of the Empress's deathless courtiers and gained favour. Regained terror. Lovely. They do appear to be quite terrifying. Okay. So we gain some favour which lets us speak to the dismal chamberlain? Or we can entertain a request from the macabre counsellor. Well, let's speak to her again. The cheery register gives you a note and a worried smile. The macabre counsellor has requested your attendance, an honour rarely granted the legally living. Several footmen are on hand to escort you from the nave and through the oak-panelled doors that lead down into the catacombs of silence, where the macabre counsellor resides. Black candles burn in silver candelabras, fading tapestries moulder on the walls. In glass cabinets, bones of saints and sinners are displayed with gloomy relish. The macabre counsellor is in a maudlin mood, regaling you with stories of her youth and musing wistfully on past regrets. I have only one worth mentioning, my daughter. The Emperor saw fit to take her from me. As a punishment, I suppose. She could be terribly petty, could Vicky. She examines you, speculatively. I wish to have my daughter returned to me. Fulfill this commission, and I shall bequeath upon you a great reward. Though we can accept her commission, you are partial to a good reward. It occasionally gets you into trouble. We can take our leave. The counsellor waves a claw-like hand and turns her attention to an elaborate embroidery of skulls. Let's accept her commission. She is a hostage at Perdurance, kept to ensure my discretion. She hands you several charcoal sketches of her daughter. A pretty, presumptuous heiress with dark eyes and a curly lock of her brown hair. I have an agent in place to assist you and conceal my daughter's escape. You will need invitations to access the half-light mask to effect a rescue. I only have 3 to hand. It is likely you will need to secure more. Your mind returns to her use of the word hostage. Good choice. Perdurance is said to be a place of endless delights, where the children of society's elite dally in luxury. Surely it shouldn't be too much trouble to rescue one spoiled, presumptuous heiress from the lap of opulence, even if it is, as it were, the Empress's lap. Okay, that sounds like a fun one, doesn't it? Not that I know where Perdurance is quite yet. Okay, and since we managed to gain a favour, we can talk to the Dismal Chamberlain. The Chamberlain presides over the affairs of the mausoleum. He has seniority of the sepulchre, and rarely meets with visitors. Your attempts to meet with the Chamberlain are met with relentless obfuscation. His secretary reschedules the meeting 8 times, eventually arranging it for 6 days ago. You even try waiting all day outside the Chamberlain's office, but he does not appear. His duties include regulation of time in the mausoleum, where the deathless wallow in generous pensions of hours. However, the clocks are not keeping the same time. Has something happened? Finally, you manage to corner the engraved mourner and press him for answers. The Chamberlain is no longer in residence, he replies curtly. We don't dwell on the matter. We suggest you follow suit. The Dismal Chamberlain is missing. Perhaps this merits further investigation. We lost our favour, but we did gain a mission. Okay, what else is there here in the nave? We could inter a member of the crew, but that seems slightly harsh, does it not? The mausoleum accepts remains or mementos of the dead in its vaults. For those who can afford it, of course. For everyone else, there's always the sky. I have no idea what we gain by giving 100 sovereigns and 7 crew. I'm not entirely sure we're going to do that somehow. We could contemplate the dead sun. The corpse of Albion's old son is visible from the great rose-coloured window. Smoke still rises from the sun's smouldering core. The wound that slew it is clearly visible. A great rent torn into one side. Star stuff, long since cooled to the colour of coal, spills into the sky. When Her Majesty entered Albion, she slew the sun with an experimental weapon, an unclear bomb. Then she claimed the sun's throne and dominion. Leaving the remains here is a clear message. Not even the suns are above the Empire's reach. We gained 5 more terror, god damn it. So we can't... Oh damn it, I need favour from the Deathless. So is there something I can do in here that'll gain me favour? I have to speak to the engraved mourner, no more time must pass. Make a donation to the upkeep and administratively approved literature. Okay, well they don't sell that here, do they? What do they sell here? Souls, I imagine? Yes, they sell souls. A line on cheap collection of souls. And stained glass. Okay, so the souls are a bargain. They sell panes of stained glass. What do I actually have? I have bronze wood and literature, don't I, for Traitor's Wood? But Traitor's Wood is in the reach. Doesn't really help me that much. Okay, so we've explored the Serene Mausoleum. Shall we have a look at the things around the Serene Mausoleum? Let's see what we can find. I've also noticed that my headphones were just ridiculously loud, but I hadn't heard any sounds for a long time. And it damn near blew my head off when I just left. Here is the sun. The dead sun. I probably shouldn't be flying over this. It's probably not good. It tends to raise terror, you know. It's very pretty, though. I do feel sorry for the sun. Obviously, in the Fallen London universe, the suns cast judgment on everything that's living. And in the neath, the suns can't see. Which is why sunlight is so prized. Big Ben. It's also why people who die in the neath go up to the surface and then they get judged by the suns and they die. Because they're supposed to be dead. Oh, it's found something. It's found something over there? Oh, that was not what I was expecting at all. Let's see what it's found. We need to try and get an assaying device, I feel. We keep coming across things and not being able to mine them. Which is somewhat problematic. A pitiful stretch of sky, if it only for paupers' graves. Oh, bugger it. Gotta get around this way. I don't think I'm going to be able to find anything, to be completely honest, in the amount of time we have left in the episode, but at least we managed to explore the mausoleum. It's one of the more interesting places, and we're going to be coming back here quite a lot. It's central in a lot of storylines that I remember. But we do need to go back to the Sunless Sun, yes, the Clockwork Sun, in order to get our reward from the sequencer. But that's obviously the other side of Albion. There's a few places we just haven't found yet. We need to find Warbly Justamare. That's a pretty big place that we need to find. Consider. The monument reads, "Be ye also ready." Wait. It could be over here, of course. Do you know what? Let's go have a look over there. Of course, it could be over here. It could also be over here. It could be in many places. I'm a little bit concerned that that monitor is just kind of sitting there. I think he might be stuck. If I was a braver man, I'd shoot him in the butt and steal his cargo, but I'm not very brave. We don't want to be dealing with that. Monitors are terrifying. Turns around, blows a hole in the side of the hull. The guests are bad enough. Let's get a little bit away from the mausoleum, and then I'm going to throw out the bat. See if we can find anything. This is a place of sky tombs and stone angels, where London buries her dead. Must have been so weird to go from a deathless society to just, well, a dead one. It's obviously underneath. People can't die. Hello. We found a wormhole. I don't want to fly over that. I want to know what it is, but I also don't want to fly over it. It's not Tom's Well. We've been to Tom's Well. That's in the Reach. I don't remember what that is, but it's absolutely terrifying. You give it a nice wide berth. I'll tell you one thing that it isn't, and that's Warbly Jester Man. Oh. I don't have any butchery, huh? Oh, this looks promising, though. This cloud, these clouds. Oh wait, is that like ice? We're gonna send the bat out again. The wind whistles. It carries the crisp non-scent of ice. Have we found? Oh my god, I wish my brain would remember the names of these things. I know what they are. The Avid Horizon, there we go. I play these games. I think we have, because there's the boats from Sunless Seas. Ships rot on a silent sea. Only gloomy cults and homesick cast-offs dwell here. Well, I went looking for the nice holiday destination, and I found what can only be described as hell. I would be surprised, but I'm not. The stair to the sea. A narrow ledge is lodged into the ice here. A stair, thin as a shaft of starlight, plunges into the mists below. This is the stairway down to the flotilla, a makeshift raft of broken and abandoned ships, home to the similarly broken and abandoned. All came through the Avid Horizon, but were forbidden, for legal reasons, from entering Albion. The nearby Home Office keeps them contained here. Left thus to their own devices, they have formed cults. And we all know that cults are a great idea in a Lovecraftian world such as this one. They sell anything here? No. Quiet sea. Do we want to descend the staircase? Let's descend the staircase. Board the flotilla. It's considered polite to bring an offering. Food or fuel is preferable, but anything that can be eaten or burnt for warmth would suffice. The winds rattle the iron railings, as though trying to throw you from the stair into the churning sea hundreds of feet below. You cleave hard to the block of ice, its chill on your cheek as you make the slow descent. Your fingers are thoroughly frozen by the time you reach the bottom and stand on the rusted iron platform that marks the beginning of the flotilla. The sea all around is shrouded in roiling mist, and you can make out boats nearby, bobbing forlornly in the freezing water. Some are roped together, others set apart. Lights speckle with water. Cultists still dwell in at least some of the old steamships. This platform is deadly silent, however. No one is here to greet you. Shall we leave an offering? The sea is peopled with the forgotten and abandoned. It is customary to leave an offering at the flotilla, for help, for hope, for home. Perhaps someone will come to collect it. At the height of its powers, the Home Office processed tens of thousands of petitioners seeking entry to Albion. Some were rejected or left to seek appeals or help from Albion, caught in limbo between the office and the gate. Here at the edge of the horizon, in the shadow of the winged statues, detainees leave offerings, prayers and messages to the world left behind. Supplications to the cultists that dwell on the quiet sea. What will you leave behind? Food, that is hunger here. Initiate of the Supralpasarians. Oh, I remember this place. I can't pronounce any of the cult names. Oh no. Fuel. You will bring warmth to a cold place and light to a dark one. An initiate of the cult of saints. A body. Unlocks the initiate of the displeased. Or gold. Throw a fistful of coins bright as mellow suns. But what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to ask you guys, which one do you think I should do here? I'll end the episode here. Put it in the comments down below. Which one do you think is the best option here? Food, fuel, a body, or gold? I have a funny feeling everyone's going to pick body. Just because, I don't know, just the kind of thing I expect to happen. But either way, I'm going to end the episode here. So thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you again to the members of the channel. It is a great way to support me and it really does help me make these videos. And as always, I'll see you next time.